Wow.
And also through Bank Direct, we also put a system of blocks on all our checking accounts to protect our accounts from any type of electronic attack on our accounts.
I bet that happens
so that
regularly
as
too.
well as
Sure.
people actually counterfeiting our checks. So it's a big problem, but we do the best we can to protect these assets.
Right. So for any check that's cut, and of course your signature, I hadn't even thought about that until early this morning.
Right.
Your signature is on all checks that go out to all county employees, all elected officials in the county. If they're paid by the county, Roddy Dickinson's signature's on there. That must be a little intimidating, Roddy.
Well,
do you get goosebumps thinking about that?
Somebody's got to sign the checks.
Yeah.
So, but that's just I don't really give that a whole lot of thought.
Oh, yeah, sure.
My main purpose is to get these checks processed and get them out. But that's
some
just
folks must give it some thought. I know our director had pointed out that prior to your service as treasurer, that formerly the name of past treasurers had been used on when people would send their checks in to pay their taxes, wherein now you made that seamless change into making sure folks know they're paying Horry County Treasurer.
Right, and it's a personal thing
Sure.
to me. This is not Roddy Dickinson's money.
Right.
Whenever you make out your tax payments, you're paying Horry County. And,
Right.
And that's the way it should be. And that's just something I implemented. And but of course, you know, if you do send in your check with my name on it, we will cash it.
You will cash it.
We will
That's
cash
right.
it.
Absolutely.
We
Yeah.
will run it through.
You won't cash it. The county will.
The county will cash it.
That's exactly right. The county will cash it. Of course, e-pay, the online payment of taxes. That must be something that's gotten a lot of people excited. Have you? I know when we were together at Sparks Toyota last year, filming about this same time, you were there and talking about. At that time, I think you were in front of county council, trying to talk to them about the benefits of e-pay, being able to pay online as well as spread it out. I think over multiple quarterly payments or otherwise. Share with viewers what prompted e-pay.
Okay. Well, this is it's not really the e-pay system, it's the installment plan.
Okay, excuse me. It says online payment of taxes, e-pay.
Right. But it's the same situation. As you know, taxes go out in October and they're due around Christmas time.
Right.
A lot of people in Horry County have a tax burden around Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And about 2 years ago, the state passed a law that allowed the treasurer to do an installment payment plan.
Good.
What this plan does, and I went before county council, got their permission to do it. What this plan does is you pay your taxes in installments. You prepay your taxes in 5 different installments. So starting this year, went into effect, and we have over 2,000 parcels on this particular program.
2,000 folks signed up for it.
2,000 parcels, and I'm really excited about this thing. It's really has done more than I really thought it would do. About $2.6 million of installment payments have been set up for this
Is that
year.
right? That's
and I'm real
tremendous.
proud of this, and I'm sure this program's going to grow. But what you do is you sign up with the program.
Right.
We'll send you a booklet. You got 5 little coupons in it. You send in your coupons. They start in February, and then every other month you send in about 16% of your tax notice.
Great.
So by the end of the year in October, you paid about 85% of your tax burden. I'll look what the taxes are going to be for 2008, and I'll bill you the difference. It's a good plan. It's your option to take advantage of this plan if you like, and it's been working real well for us.
And if folks aren't real internet savvy, they can call your office to walk through those steps, the 843-915-5470.
That's correct.
They call the office. You've got folks in there, part of the crew of 39, to make sure and help walk through those steps, make it real user-friendly. And that's secure.
Yes.
Is it secure online forms? If I'm putting my credit card in or otherwise, that's all secure.
Well, now, we haven't got our installment payment plan on the internet
Oh,
yet,
okay. Excuse me. Yes.
But that's where we're headed to this thing.
Okay.
Because, see,
Right.
it's going to get to be so big, it'll be a lot easier for people to go online and pay this installment plan.
Right.
Now, probably what you think about, Greg, is our e-pay for taxes.
E-pay for taxes, yes, the
Right.
online payment of taxes.
Right.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That is done commonly, though.
That
Folks
is
can
done.
pay online, just not
Right.
in installments yet.
Right.
Right.
And we started the e-pay back in January of 2006.
Okay.
Glad to do this for the taxpayers of Horry County.
Wonderful.
Now they can sit in the comfort of their homes or sit at their desk at work and pay their vehicle notices. They can
Right.
pay their real estate tax notices. Last year, we had over 5,000 hits on our e-pay for taxes.
Is that right?
The months of this past December and
Right.
January, $3.5 million was paid in
By
taxes through our
e-pay.
e-pay system.
Is that right? That's
Around
tremendous.
2,400 hits. So we will do a lot better on our e-pay system.
Sure. As time progresses, we'll
Time-
continue to do better.
We will continue to do better. People take advantage of it. It's convenient for the taxpayer,
Sure.
and it's a very efficient way to process a great number of tax notices as well.
Right.
So it's more efficient for us as well.
You know, you were highlighting that aspect of sitting in the comfort of your own home or at your desk, and of course, oftentimes folks associate paying taxes with being pretty upset at something, cursing at the screen as they're putting in their credit card information. You know, the association of Roddy with the aspect of paying taxes, that's probably a pretty daunting task at times as well. I think you also said the state, or is it the county, that forces you to send out those notices and to publish delinquent taxes.
Right. Like I said earlier, I am responsible for the collection of delinquent taxes as well.
Right.
In state law, we go through a process. You go through a process of sending out the tax notices,
Right.
charging penalties at certain times in January, February, March.
Oh, yeah.
And then after about March the 15th, taxes go delinquent. And I basically turn these over to my delinquent tax office.
Right.
We send you notifications. We send you certified letters. We go out there and actually levy on your property.
Wow. that's
So we
fun.
give the landowner or the taxpayer all the notice that we can.
Right.
And still, if it's not paid, these properties go to sale.
Oh,
Not
boy.
Roddy's rule, state of South Carolina
rule.
rule. And
Right.
of course, we advertise these properties in the papers, and it's not to embarrass anyone.
Sure.
It's to inform you that you might not know
Sure.
that you got a delinquent tax bill.
Right.
Many people have read that in the paper and say, "Oh, I forgot to pay my taxes."
Oh, yeah.
And they'll come down here, they can pay their taxes, and of course, if they pay by sale date, everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Absolutely. Well, I know that's got to be a question people ask. Why did Roddy publish my name in the paper?
I have to.
Wherein, obviously, it's state law. You are
It is state
required.
law.
It's
I am
not Roddy
required
doing
to.
anything. It is the office doing that. Which
And
is,
people also need to know, Greg, that if your property is sold at tax sale,
Right.
you do have 1 year to get it back.
is that right?
Right. Of course, you'll have to pay the penalties and the interest on that
Right,
property.
sure.
But you do have 1 year to get that property back.
We just got a couple of minutes, Roddy. You know,
Okay.
recently I was thinking about buying a vehicle, and I noticed there that the car dealer had highlighted that they'll pay the taxes and tags. Am I all covered? Are the taxes paid for good when I pay that $300?
This occurs when people go to a car dealer and they buy a new car.
Right.
And the dealer, of course, tells them that I'm going to pay your taxes and tags.
Sure.
What they're talking about is the sales tax, which is, I think, a maximum of $300.
Okay.
But this does not cover their property taxes on that vehicle. And see, vehicles are billed ahead of time,
Right.
unlike real estate, which is in arrears. What we'll do, once that affidavit, as we call them, runs through the auditor's office, we will send you a tax notice on that particular vehicle. And you have, I think, 120 days or so to pay that tax notice.
Okay. Okay. So that is how it's done. I've
Right.
got to pay something other than just the sales tax.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all have also been working real hard to upgrade the phone system, Roddy, particularly at times like this, leading into March, where March 15th, the taxes become delinquent.
For sure. As you can imagine, between October and March, our phone rings a lot. And
Oh, yeah.
we were having difficulty handling all these phone calls.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Plus with the volumes of mail that come into the treasurer's office,
right,
and the number of people that actually come see us. So we went out there through our IT department and redesigned the whole system for our treasurer's office.
Good.
In the past, every satellite office had a different number.
Sure.
We got rid of all those numbers. Now there's just one number, the 915-5470.
Right.
You call that number. Today you might talk to somebody in Surfside.
Sure.
Next time you call, you might talk to someone in Conway.
Right.
And what we can do, we can route these phone calls in a certain order to different sections of our office.
Absolutely.
Where some people that don't have a lot of walk-up traffic can handle phones.
Sure.
And then just send these phone calls to the right person so we can work them more efficient.
Absolutely, and that has to happen. The efficiency is so critical.
Right, and that's what it's all about, Greg, is making this office more efficient and more customer.
And I'm glad
friendly.
you said redesigning. You'll also redesign the vehicle and real property tax bill.
This is true. We did this last year. Many people send us real estate when they send in their property tax notice, send us either too much or not enough.
Right.
It was my feelings that people were having trouble reading their tax notices.
Oh, yeah.
So we went out there and we redesigned the whole real estate tax notice to make it easier to read. We're going to keep working on that real estate tax notice.
Good.
I'm not quite there yet, but I get a lot of comments from the people that work in the office, what problems people are having, and we're going to keep tweaking that real estate notice till we can get it down. Because see, if they send in the right money or the right amount, it makes the whole system flow quicker.
Absolutely, Roddy. That is tremendous. I'm sorry, we've run out of time.
Oh, man, I could stay here all day and talk to you.
I know. We got a lot more to get into. We'll have to get you back another time.
That'd be great. I do appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Horry County's Treasurer, Roddy Dickinson, coming up next. You know, had you ever thought of it? Had you ever heard or even thought of it that way? The Treasurer's Office, acting very similar to a bank. And it really has to have that role. And who'd you hear it from? The treasurer himself. You know, when you think about this time of the year when they've got almost $500 million that they're taking in and investing and making sure the county gets as much back for those dollars so they can spend them throughout the community properly. I'm sure there's a lot more questions that we didn't even get into that you may be thinking. He talked about the group of 39 folks making sure the treasurer's office runs seamlessly. They're also there to answer frequently asked questions. If you've got any, take the time to pick up the phone, 843-915-5470, 843-915-5470, or you can go online to horrycounty.org, click on departments, click on the Treasurer's Office. There's a lot of great questions there. If you want to know anything about bank pay, e-pay, bank direct, positive pay, of course, all the redesigning efforts they've gone into and getting the tax bills looking the way they can be, the best they can be, so that you can understand everything. It's about education. It's about the Horry County Treasurer's Office. Roddy Dickinson, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Absolutely. Yeah.